Mulavinaka, and welcome once again to another segment of Speak Your Mind. It's always great to have your companies each and every Mondays at 12. And of course, recorded and replayed on FBC TV on Tuesday nights at 10:30. Now, with us this week, I thought we'd have a health segment this week and shift our focus to more herbal medicine. Now, our in-studio guest, or before I continue though, excuse the voice. Did a bit of too much screaming over the weekend for the Fiji boys. But yes, our health segment this week, I'm actually going to talk to Mrs. She is a herbalist and also a former medical professional. Now, Sister Hong Hoi Jen has actually realized and also produced this Juice of Life drink, or Juicy Life as she likes to call it. So she's in studio here with me today talking about this particular concoction of hers, and also joined by the assistant director, who's also her son, who will also be here to translate in case some of you don't understand what she is what she's talking about, because of course she has a very, very strong accent. But yes, once again, good afternoon, Mrs. Hong, and welcome to the show.
Good afternoon. Yeah. So
First of all, Mrs. Hong, tell us a little bit about yourself. Okay. Introduce yourself.
Okay. Good afternoon, everywhere in front of the everybody in Fiji, and I'm appreciate to in coming to ABC station. First thing, I introduce myself. My name is Hong Hui Chen. I'm come from Taiwan. Lanto City is a beautiful place. My age is 62 years old. I'm studying in Taiwan is a nursing school and midwife. And after nursing school, I was go for the China Medical College. It's a Bachelor of Pharmacy. But I have to tell my story for my small children, the childhood. I was very sick since a small children. And I'm coughing, diarrhea, and jaundice, anemic. I cannot speak in the school. I cannot do the sport because I'm very weak in my body. I'm very skinny and sleepy a lot. So my mother spent a lot of money to see a lot of doctor. It's a Chinese doctor, take a herbal drink, but I cannot heat it up. So I'm very upset in my life. So I nearly plan myself suicide. So in a story, I have one time reading a story about Florence Nightingale, and this a story I have saw her picture, and I'm very attached to my heart because she's so great. He created nursing, and in the night in the Crimea, the war of the Crimea, and he brought the lantern, and come and saw the soldier and look after in the night. So this one, the Florence Nightingale is very attached my heart.
So she inspired you to become a nurse?
No, he's already died. He's created nursing.
No, I know.
Yeah, so
after watching
after that, I watching the picture and the story, and I decide my life to be nursing.
Yeah.
So I find out my life, the light in my life.
Okay.
So I didn't go for suicide, and I go for nursing. So this after nursing school, I very sick too. So I one day the chance occasional I meet one Taipei doctor. Is very famous in Taipei, 82, and it's very great and holy doctor. It's a long way up the stomach. It's a very great doctor. And he explained to me about my body system is because I eating a lot of meat since so much children and processed food and a lot of deep fry. He said my blood is circulation very sticky, the concentrate. Right. So, and he said to me, I have to change my eating system.
Yeah.
Eating the style, change it to become vegetarian diet. So I changed my diet in 26. This is my story. So
you've been a vegetarian since you were 26 years old?
Yeah, since 26, I started vegetarian diet and very strict in my diet. So after half a year, my body changes. I find out my body changes. I'm very surprised. Oh, all before what I eat is wrong. So I research a book. My body is changes. I'm putting on weight. My face turn pink. I feel my body energy.
Right.
So this is a very surprise for myself, and I researched from a lot of book. So find out that human should be natural food, but a lot of we mistake of the food. So I find out myself the physical body. I start thinking whole the world. A lot of people mistake from the food. So this is what I explained to you today.
Yeah.
So from my body change, I hope everybody slowly understand about nature food.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, Mrs. Hong, when did you first come up with Juicy Life? When did you? I remember you mentioned that you had started giving it to your husband before, but in individual drinks.
Okay, my Juicy Life creation is not suddenly come in. So my son have tell me before. He said, "Why you don't create earlier?" I said, "This is not suddenly coming because it's a lot of knowledge.
Right.
We have to create we have to get an experience." So I come into Fiji is 1987. So my husband brought people to making rice wine in a Colombo Thai label Tipota. So I was angry to him. Why you bring making a rice vinegar? Rice wine. It's making rice wine. Sorry, making rice wine in Colombo Thai label. So I was angry all the time. Angry. So one day I was talk to my friend about he making rice wine. So I was excited because he before planting rice in Fiji. I say, why you don't create something the product from rice? So one of friend, he was come from Taiwan. He sit down with me. I very excited, angry. So he told me about Taiwan rice vinegar. He told me rice vinegar. So he said Taiwan rice vinegar, he can brought to Fiji and can clean your body system and he can lose weight. And he told me about rice vinegar. So I have no money to import. So my friend helped me to import 200,000. So I start to touch the rice vinegar. This is a first step. So I go around to Fiji and I know the vinegar, nature one, rice vinegar is alkaline. So this is what I find. I can explain later on because this is long story. So later on, I find out in 2001 in Taiwan, I find out calcium ion powder is a very effective. It can discharge all the toxin in your body.
Okay.
But it is in nature.
All right. Mrs. Hong, we'll just cut you short for a while.
Okay.
We're actually heading into a break. We'll be back with more of Speak Your Mind. And if you just joined us, Bula Vinaka, I'm your host, Serafina Wedlock. More still to come on Speak Your Mind. Welcome back to Speak Your Mind, and with us in studio we've got, of course, the director of Juicy Life, who's also a herbalist, and she is a retired medical professional sister. Now, Mrs. Hong, we've also got with her is her son, Max. Now, Max, I'll ask you this. From when you first remembered, was Mom into this way back when you were a child?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about more about your experience with when Mom started to have introduce this Juicy Life into the family.
Well, the thing was when she first started, like she said, she introduced rice vinegar into the family, and that's when we started taking rice vinegar.
Mm-hmm.
And then later onwards, in 2001 or 2002, she brought in calcium iron powder, and calcium iron powder was actually very, very effective too. Like how I feel, it's because I've been taking it for quite a while, and the calcium iron powder was so effective that it actually made me feel better. And through her confidence, it has bought into Juicy Life right now. And with also with the product Noni in Juicy Life, that's part of the ingredients in Juicy Life.
So did you take Noni before as a...
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. And this is the three main ingredients which is part of Juicy Life right now.
Okay. Did you have to do a lot of research before you...
Yes.
You manufactured it, you started producing the Juicy Life drink?
This individual, the noni and vinegar and calcium ion powder, I was between in Fiji the 20-year time. I was go around Fiji.
Okay.
And I test a lot of cases, even myself, my family too. So I test. So I find out he's a character. I know the vinegar character, calcium ion powder character plus noni juice. So these are all the herb and it's all the nature. So I mix together. This is through my experience. So different person is a different dose to
Right.
drinking. He can clean out our body system.
Oh, so different person depends on your body system. They have different
Yes.
doses.
Yeah, different doses, different type of the juice in my juicy life.
So what made you mix it all together? Like I remember you said there's taken individually. What gave you the impression to have that mixed together and come up with Juicy Life?
Oh, this is a long story because I have an individual to take in a noni, calcium ion powder, and vinegar too for myself and my family and someone friend. And I find out the character. So in one day, it's a 2006, my husband very angry to me because I force him to drink every day 3 type of juice. So he said, just give me one enough. You want to ask me to drink noni or vinegar or calcium, that's all. I said, no, this is 3 character different. You have to every day take it. So he's angry and push my mind. I think brandy people is hard to very busy, you know.
Right.
So I have to mix together and easy for people to take in.
Okay. Now, from when you first started Juicy Life, how many clients or how many users have taken your drink and has seen the benefits of this?
Yes, since 2008, I start to mix up and register in the USB and Coronavia. So this one and I start in hospital first, my staff nurse and sister. So one by one, I was introduced name and people, it is a benefit and he tell the people to come to my home. So my shop not yet open, and my shop opened in 2012. So coming to my home, I present up to now is nearly 3,000 people taking my juice.
Wow. Has your mom always thought of doing something like this from before? Or was it an idea she just brought overnight?
Yeah, she has always been trying to help people know better through personal life or in health wise. But Juicy Life has actually gave her more confidence in helping people, and it's actually helping a lot of people right now throughout Fiji.
Wow. Okay. Now, your family, how have they been throughout all this? Have they been supportive or have they been like, this is taking her away from the family time?
Well, of course, in the beginning, like I wasn't that supportive because she was very taking most of her time into this this product and this company. But in the beginning, I wasn't that confident. But then later onwards, when I saw the effects of a lot of clients that came back and healed up, and I started to build more confidence with her and this product. That's why I'm back in Silver helping her out.
Nice. Now, Mrs. Hong, I believe every time before someone does come and decides to buy your juice, you don't just sell it to them over the counter like that. You actually come, sit them down, and you counsel them.
Yeah.
Why do you counsel them?
Because a lot of people in the sick is a mistake of diet, misunderstand. So we take in anyhow to go to our body. A lot of processed food, they have a chemical. A lot of deep fried food, the oil is so much and through the high heat is a toxin. Even meat too have the preserved chemical in there. So we eat in meat every day. So this is a mistake of food. So it's already making our all the organ is a problem. Even the blood is dirty. So I have to concern about diet too. Explanation is very important, but I free charge for the explanation. What is happened to them? I just from the outlook. And this is my experience. I tell them what happened to you now. So better you have to change your diet and change your eating style and take my juice to clean up, and your organs slowly can recover.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. How long has it been since your shop opened? When was it? When was it first
my
opened?
shop opened is 2012, February 22. Is through the woman minister and Tiko Numeni very great support me. So this is I have to explain is beginning of the Juicy Life created is a very difficulty. So Tiko Numeni give me very great love to support my juice.
Okay. And it must have been a big sacrifice before the shop was opened there.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that, the journey from where you first, from just having it mixed at home, having people come home to the actual shop being opened.
Well, before she was actually a nurse, and This product came in 2008 when she started. Well, she has researched since 1993 through vinegar and all this calcium iron powder and noni juice. Although she's been also with other things, other products, but most of them, if you see it, it's all most of them are actually natural products.
Yeah.
It's not actually factory made or things like that. Um, well, it has always been very hard for her, and she started off in Fiji as a nurse, and our family was from Navua, and then we moved from here there, and then we came. Eventually, we stopped in Suva, and in 2008, that's when she started to feel that juicy life into her life,
Mm.
and in 2012, when she opened the shop, I was just here for the opening, but
Right.
I wasn't that supportive in the beginning. But eventually, I felt that this was actually something that could help her out, even everyone out,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's why I'm here to help her out.
Okay. Well, we'll talk some more to Mrs. Hong and also to Max. For those of you who just joined us, you're on Speak Your Mind, and we'll be back with more after this break. Welcome back to Speak Your Mind. And yes, once again, Juicy Life, the juice that's been well talked about amongst a lot of health enthusiasts in the country. Tried a bit of this, I have to say, it does work. Still trying to get there though. But yes, we've got the director for Juicy Life, Mrs. Hong, and also Max's son in studio with us. Now, Max, Mom said you've had more than 1,000 clients?
3,000.
More than 3,000 clients. Now, have most of them still been from the beginning till now? Are they still with you? I know a lot of people, when it comes to changing your lifestyle or changing your eating style, it's so inconsistent. We'll just do it for a little while and then we'll fall off the wagon and then try to get back up. Have these guys been long term though?
Well, when it comes to changing your lifestyle, first of all, she's always been very point important, which is having vegetarian into their life. And having vegetarian is always not the easy step for most of the people in Fiji.
Don't I know it?
Yes. And especially when there's a lot of locals that always are into canned food, which is very popular right now. But right now, canned food and meat is actually not very, very good for your body, as per my mom would say.
Right. Now, for the clients that you do have, I know you actually showed me some of them. There was an HIV client,
HIV case.
HIV case, and this was a visitor from overseas.
No, he's in Fiji.
Oh, he's in Fiji, so he's still
Yeah.
here in the country.
Yeah, now come back now.
He's back again.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I believe you said before he took the juice, he went and did a blood test specifically to see that if it does work.
Yes.
And then he came back, and then it did make a difference.
Yes. Now
Okay.
is his face, her face is very pink and very healthy. Already delivered one kid. Already more than 2 years can work.
Wow. So
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the results that she has produced for us, and yes, there has been a big difference in the results from when he started to when he took the juice, and even after he started taking the juice, his blood test or his blood results showed a big difference. Have you had clients that come in with their other results or other test results when they do take on the juice?
Yes, they have 2012 December. They have come from England, brought by one Fijian woman. His son is since a baby born and 3 years old, hold general skin disease.
Okay.
Or the whole body itchy, so cannot treat any medicine. When he brought to my shop, it's brought by grandmother. It's my customer. So I said to the daughter, this cost problem is by you and husband because we eating a lot of unhealthy food, a lot of toxin in our blood system plus chemical. So
Right.
this is since a younger time you already collecting the toxin. So after you marry, it's meaning your gene in our woman the egg and man is already unclean.
Right.
So after delivery, during the pregnancy, and we taking a lot of processed food, deep fried, the thin stuff, and so this kind of the toxin increasing in our blood system, and go through to our placenta, go to the baby. So since the baby born is whole skin disease,
Right.
and this is from gene from the mother side, father side. So I treated 4 months. He drinking my juice, and I tell them to soak it calcium water. One day soak it 2-3 times, and apply my cream. I have create the cream. This cream can apply for the skin disease, plus cream for the facial cream, and can for the burn, can treat for the burn, and plus can use for the boil, abscess.
Oh,
So this boy itchy, I say soak it in the calcium water, and every day 2 times, 3 times, at least a half hour in calcium water to clean out the skin, and drink my juice, change the general system, blood system, and itchy, apply my cream. So it's during the 4 months, it's a whole general healing up. Now all the skin very good, and go back to England now.
Now, I believe every time a client comes, a new client comes, you always get them to register on your book.
Yes,
You get them to take their weight
yes.
and take photos before they...
No
before they-
photo.
Or just take
the way,
details.
the detail of his body system, what happened to them, and the address and the telephone, because I need some more research. Sometimes I give a call, any problem,
Yeah,
Some
I know.
people, he don't know what happened. Even this one, it's a nature. He was hidden up. Even your injury in your body,
Yeah.
he was hidden process, take long time. Maybe can be 6 months. Just like a tenure. It's a
Right.
6 months is a hidden up. It's a long time. So our body, if an injury, after drinking the juice, his whole body sore. He will be take 6 months hidden up. So some cases didn't understand my juice. He thought that it's no painkiller. So your body, if something sickness, he was showing out.
Right.
So people cannot understand, So when some cases come in, he want fast kind. Just take juice, go. But I tell them, you take time, I explain to you. So some people cannot understand and take the juice. If anything to help, I have to give a call back to ask them like this. This is
know.
my service.
That's really good. She does. When you do come in for counseling, she will sit there. She will explain everything to you, and then she will tell you how and when to take the juice. And she also follows up with calls. Now, I don't think anywhere in the country does actually, like do follow-up programs like this. So this is actually really good. Now, for you say you also give it to children and pregnant women.
Yeah, the pregnancy, the woman, I didn't give because why? The most of people, the body system is a toxin. So if someone come for me, is not just have baby, but he drink a program for my juice, husband and wife have to drink it together to clean our general system. And after he get a baby, I can give a pregnancy the juice. Or otherwise, we don't know what baby is healthy or unhealthy.
True.
If getting problem after delivery, he will complain of my juice. So I this kind is serious. I don't take it. So I tell them, clean up the general system well, change your diet. If you get a baby, I can give a pregnancy my juicy life.
Now, Max, I'm sure some people would probably say, because this is it goes with the diet. How are you positive that it's the juice that's actually doing the work of detoxing? Now, like you said, it's a substitute, right? But there will be some that say, oh, well, I think it's the diet that has actually made much more of a difference. Have you had critics like that?
Yes. You know how people actually think that reducing on the intake of the diet, and it's actually not that gonna be that effective. Just take for instance that if you're gonna put in something really good into something, and then you put something really bad into it, so it's still gonna mix up, and it's still gonna be bad. So, as for instance, if you want to change your whole body system, you need to change throughout. So you need to change your diet into vegetarian, and from that you could clean out your body system, your blood system. And so if you're gonna take in bad stuff also, like say for instance meat, it's gonna be when you take Juicy Life on the procedure, it's not gonna help that much because you're still taking in bad stuff. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, you can't take in bad stuff even though you're taking the Juicy Life.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll come back with more. And for those of you who've just joined us, stay with us because we'll be talking to a client of Mrs. Hong. He'll be telling about his experience from before he took the juice and also after. That's coming up on Speak Your Mind, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Speak Your Mind. Once again, I'm your host, Serafina Wedlock. Now, with us in studio, as I mentioned earlier, who's going to join us. Now, he's been drinking a Juicy Life for about 7 months now, and he's here to, share his testimony or share his experience of how that has helped him. Now, first of all, David, thank you for joining us. Good afternoon. I know you're pretty shy, but you know what? Don't worry, you look good on television. So first of all, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
My name is David Daniel Holmes, and taking Juicy Life, and about 7 months now.
7 months now.
And taking Juicy Life been a big change for me.
Where are you originally from, David? Are you from here, Suva?
I'm here from Suva.
Okay.
And
And now I believe you used to have epileptic seizures.
yeah,
Okay.
and
This is from when you were a child?
no, I wasn't born with it. 6 years now.
Oh, okay.
Mm,
So you've been having seizures for the past 6 years.
6 years.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mrs. Hong, how did you get to come to know about David's condition?
Daniel is through the one of Dominion Finance. Barbara introduced name to come.
Okay.
So he straight come. I saw the face is hurt. So I tell him you already had injury there. And he told me, I checked the CT scan is cannot find it. I only tablet. I say your head already injury, whole body injury because he a lot of fighting before. He's before Radumara security before.
Okay.
So I tell Daniel, you want the heating up at least 6 months because your head injury have a clot in there. So
Right.
after taking my juice, he can clean up the clot. He can discharge. So I tell him, you drink my juice, you will speak the blood. Can become from
was
the
she,
nose.
was she right from the get-go when you were first introduced to Mrs. Hong, and now she has a tendency of looking at you and saying this is wrong with you? Was she right though when she was explaining everything to you?
Speak the
Yeah.
blood. After drinking, some blood coming out.
I was. That's
Speak-
right.
Speak the blood.
Yeah, I spit blood just for 2 to 3 days.
Okay. And she had guessed this when you first came to the shop.
Beg your pardon?
And she had first guessed this when you first came to the shop.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Now, before you actually took the juice, how many seizures would you have a day that you would hear about or that you would remember?
Sometimes 2 times a day. The worst one was 3 times
Okay.
a day. And I'll be totally blank. I couldn't
You wouldn't remember?
remember anything, whatever happens.
Okay.
And then your shoulder drop.
And shoulder drops too.
Yeah, because you normally tend to fall as soon as you get it.
Because
Okay.
it's a fighting, the shoulder is an injury before.
Yeah. Do you feel different since you've been taking the juice? Do you feel like it's made a huge difference for you?
It is a big change for me.
Yeah.
And memories started coming back because been losing, can't think that
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
When I revived and
Then you
lost
remember.
memory
Yeah.
again. So it took me time to recover. So time I started taking Juicy Life really helped me a lot.
Nice. Now, I believe you are living with a guardian family, someone that you just moved into a few years back.
A church member.
Church member.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Now, from the time you moved in, would you say that it's very important to have a good supportive family when you do take on a program like this?
That's right. and she's just like a mom to me.
Right.
Exactly. My parents just living down the road, but she's a much more help than my real family.
So how supportive has Mrs. Hong been since you went on the program?
A lot. A lot.
I'm sure she calls you up every second day to see if you're still continuing.
She called me after probably three days after.
Oh, okay. And
She
Mrs.
called me
Hong?
too.
Because I want Daniel get in really well. So I
Nice.
call all the time, Daniel, how about you now? And I asked Elizabeth too about Daniel's condition. I said, anything, you just give me a call,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So the dose is from beginning, it's day by day, the dose will be different.
Oh.
So the juice beginning, not like other normal people. I beginning only 1 cup, 5 ml.
So you build a really strong and close relationship with your clients, don't you?
Yes, I need a call because I believe my juice really can heal our body. But most of people don't know about medical knowledge, don't too much, and taking a diet and never taking well. So I need to give him the call and to understand he's taking juice well and the food is changing well or not. Otherwise, he won't find out the result very good.
Since the 7 months that you've been taking the juice, Daniel, have you had, how many seizures would you have now? Or has it totally stopped so far?
About totally stopped now. About more than a month now.
Wow.
More than a month.
Yeah.
Before, close probably after 2 days. Then I have one. Sometimes every day.
Before taking juice every day, sometimes 2-3 times one day.
True. Was it a big challenge for you though, having to change your diet?
It is because people was telling me long time ago to change my diet, and I couldn't until I come and meet Sister Hong.
She's quite persistent, isn't she?
And she is.
Well, Mrs. Hong, what I know, like Max said, you like to help people, and you like to help people live a healthy life. How important is it for you with their success when they live healthy? What does it do to you? You know, like some people say, oh, this is a business, you just want the money. But for you, what is your passion? What drives you to help them?
Because since small children, I'm sick. I take in my suffering. I take long time, half my life. So when I see the people suffering of the sick, I don't think it's his problem. It's my problem. Because everybody that life is come from God. We was a brother sister, you know. So I see them just like my children.
Right.
And I know it's not a separate. Sometimes my son complain, hey, you treat the other people more than me. It's angry, you know. Some friend, the children come to my home, and I treat them. I say you was with them is the same in my heart. So I don't special for someone, but I equal in my heart to treat the other people because everybody's life is come from God.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Mrs. Zong. We'll come back to Mrs. Zong. We'll also be talking to Daniel's guardian, Elizabeth, who will also be here to tell a little bit more of Daniel's progress. If you just joined us, you're on Speak Your Mind. Great to have your company. Welcome back to our final segment of Speak Your Mind. And yes, Juicy Life. And we're talking to the director and also the guardian for Daniel, who's also a client of Mrs. Hong and the team at Juicy Life. Now, Mrs. Elizabeth Han, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay. Tell us a little bit more about when you first made contact with Daniel. I believe it was from church.
Yes. Daniel came through church about 6 years ago, brought in by a cousin because he was suffering from epilepsy, and the doctors advised him to change his lifestyle.
Right.
To leave drinking alcohol, yangona, and can't even eat bread because of yeast products.
Right.
Doctors believe that it triggers epilepsy.
Oh, okay.
So he cannot eat that. And so the cousin who is an Seventh-day Adventist brought him to church
Right.
because our little church are vegetarians, and a lot of us were just trying to be vegetarian. And for a Fijian, we grow up here, lots of meat, not
Yeah.
like Sister Hong. And we grew up from meat eaters, and we made the change. That's how we met Daniel.
And I believe he was also already living with you during his epilepsy. How many
Uh,
seizures would he have like a day?
When he first came to us, the seizures were not too often as later, but it would be very intense.
Right.
And it would last for maybe 15 minutes. And then started reducing at times as diet changed. But it was very difficult to put Daniel on a vegetarian diet. He will always give the excuse that he will need to eat, something, and he can't eat this and can't eat that, because a lot of vegetables and seeds and nuts are totally new to him, and he wouldn't partake of it.
Right.
But as time went on, I asked him whether he has been to the hospital for a complete checkup. Then I found out from all the information that no.
Yes.
So I made the arrangement, took him. He had all the blood tests, CT scan of his head. Everything was normal and clear. So they put him on sodium valproate, and he was taking it.
This is like his medication for the
medication for epilepsy. And Dr. Acharya warned him that he will gain weight.
Okay.
That's the side effect of that
medication.
tablet. So, but he said that's okay. He's a boy, because just imagine yourself. That's the best time of your life, a young person. And then if you are falling with a sickness, you're no longer going to enjoy it.
True.
So he wanted to be healed. So he took it despite the side effect. And as he took it, the seizures seemed to subside for a while, but that came back again and more often than before.
Yeah.
And one time, as Sister Hong has mentioned before, when we came to visit, he had blue eyes, and because he had a big fall at home. We met this friend, Barbara.
Right.
And then whilst talking, she was also taking the juice, and she said, why don't you go and visit Sister Hong?
Yeah.
And we said, okay. So just after we met Barbara, then Daniel had this big fall at home because no one saw him. And when he had the seizure, he was standing, so he fell face flat on the floor. And lucky nothing was broken. He missed the armrest for our chair, but straight onto the rug. And when my daughter, who has being a bit comfortable with Daniel now because has seen him go through these seizures, she was the first one. Another friend that was there, and Daniel's youngest brother, Paul, they came and helped him and put him on the side with my daughter's instructions, and the seizures went off.
Right.
But he wasn't breathing. So because I came, I thought that it was just his saliva, but I didn't know that it was blood. His nose was bleeding. I threw a T-shirt to them to wipe while I went to get something. My daughter screamed, "Mom, hurry up, come and press his just right between where the ribs meet." Eh? I said, "I've taught you." But she said, "Mom, hurry up." Because, being an only child, Daniel coming to our house, even though he's a bit older than her, that's her brother.
Right.
She tells everybody, and Daniel means a lot. If she doesn't see Daniel, he asks, "Where's Daniel? Where is he gone to?" He's popped in to see his natural family or no. So I came, pressed.
So that was the really worst
one.
intense one that he had.
And then he started breathing again. Because
So
I
when-
touched, his stomach was all hard.
Yeah.
As soon as I pressed in, and then the air released, and then he started to breathe. I gave it another one. Then he was breathing normally and he was okay. We let him rest for a while, and then the very next day we went to see
Mrs.
Sister Hong.
Sister Hong. Okay. Now, what was the first experience like when you first went in and then she counseled you about the usage of the juice and also the change of lifestyle and the change of diet?
Well, like every medicine, they tell you take this much dosage and all. And she told us, and that was no problem, even the diet. But I know for months Daniel was finding difficulty in changing his diet. So the only thing, I turned and asked him in front of Sister Hong there, I said, Daniel, you can take the juice, but you heard what she said. It will be most effective if you are willing to change the diet. We can help you. I can help you because I'm like the mother to her, to him. But it's you to make the final decision.
Since
It's you that we're trying to help.
Yeah.
I was surprised when he just said it out loud. I'm going to be vegetarian. And even now, more than 7 months being vegetarian, enjoying his juicy life. And the sister used to tease him. Oh, Daniel, now that you're getting well, you're going to eat chicken? And he would say, no, I'm going vegetarian all the way with Mom.
So has it made a big difference in his life, though? What are the changes that you've seen since he's taken or since he's been on?
He's more healthier. You can tell that he's more alert now. His memory is coming back slowly by slowly. Because for a while he has very short memory.
Right.
He will forget things very easily. And after taking the juice, he is very sharp. Now you can send him to the shop and he doesn't have to have a list. He'll remember everything.
Oh, that's good. So big changes. And we're actually glad to have both of you on the show. Thank you so much, Mrs. Han, for coming in. But Mrs. Hong, we're actually slowly wrapping up. Before we head on, any last words from you for our listeners today from Juicy Life?
From Juicy Life? Okay. Juicy Life is a natural way to clean our general system. It's no medicine.
Okay.
To be understand. So someone mistake, this is a medicine. No, this is a food supplement. 3 in 1 mixed together, noni, vinegar, and calcium. It's all a food supplement. But how much dose is my experience? I will be look at you in my shop, and I will be give you suggest of the diet and how much dose to drink. This is my experience.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mrs. Hong. And for those of you who are interested, you can check out her shop is actually up at
Raiwanga Top
in Raiwanga. And you can also call them up before you go in, and that is her mobile, 9970-906. Well, that is it from us and on Speak Your Mind. Thank you so much for your viewership and also for your listenership. Until next time, I'm Sarafina Wedlock signing off for now. You have a blessed day.